All right, let's talk about flights, specifically how to stop overpaying for them. We're going to crack the code and turn that frustrating, confusing process into a simple playbook you can use every single time to save some serious money. Let's get right into it.
Does this sound familiar? You find a flight, you hesitate for maybe an hour, and then boom, the price is jumped by hundreds of dollars. It feels totally random, completely out of your control. Well, what if I told you it wasn't?
Because that's exactly what this is. It's a game. The airlines have their playbook, and today, you're going to get yours. And these aren't just a bunch of random tips. This is a repeatable system, a series of steps that puts you back in the driver's seat.
So let's start with the absolute fundamentals. I'm serious, just mastering this first part is going to put you ahead of 90% of other travelers out there. This right here is your new starting point for every flight search. Forget typing in a specific destination. First move, open a flight search tool, like Skyscanner, but do it in an incognito window. You enter your home airport, but you set the destination to everywhere and the date to cheapest month. What this does is kind of magical. It reveals the cheapest major hub cities you can fly to. These hubs are the secret keys to the entire playbook. Okay, so now that we have a list of our cheap hub cities, let's get into the core saving strategies. These are the real power moves for finding the best possible price on an economy ticket. First up is what I call the split ticket test. So let's say you want to fly from New York to Bangkok. Instead of booking that one long ticket, your hub search might have shown you that there's a really cheap flight from New York to Istanbul. So you book that. And then you separately book another flight from Istanbul to Bangkok. I know, it's 2 bookings, but breaking a long journey up like this can often save you 30, 40, even 50%. It's crazy.
This next one, this really feels like a cheat code. Airlines sometimes offer different prices for the exact same seat on the exact same flight, all depending on which country you appear to be buying the ticket from. It's a thing, it's called geo-pricing, and yeah, we can totally use it to our advantage. So how do you actually do it? Well, once you've found the flight you want, just go to the settings on the Skyscanner page and physically change your country to one of these hotspots, like Poland or Turkey. Then, just search for the exact same flight again. It's a really simple check that can sometimes give you some surprising savings. Okay, let's move on to a more advanced tactic. A lot of people call it skip lagging. So imagine you want to fly to Chicago, but the flights are really expensive. You might find a much cheaper flight that goes to Denver, with a layover in Chicago. So the hack is, you book that cheaper flight to Denver, and you simply get off the plane in Chicago. You just abandon that final leg of the journey. Now listen up, because this is absolutely non-negotiable. This trick has 2 ironclad rules. 1, hand luggage only. If you check a bag, it's going to the final ticketed destination without you. And 2, never ever do this on the first leg of a round trip. The airline will see you missed a flight and they will cancel your entire return journey. You can only use this for one-way flights. Period.
So once you've run through these plays and you've found the best route, don't book it immediately. Instead, plug that exact flight into Google Flights and track it for a few days. When you see the price dip or just hold steady for a bit, that's when you book. And for the final little trick, if you end up booking on a foreign version of a site, always choose to pay in the local currency, like Polish zloty or Turkish lira, and let your own bank do the conversion. It is almost always a better rate. Now you might be thinking, these hacks are just for saving a few bucks in economy. But what if I told you we can apply the exact same principles to make business class travel surprisingly affordable?
Okay, here's a really weird one, the mix cabin trick. Sometimes, and I know this makes absolutely no logical sense, but it is sometimes cheaper to book a return ticket where you fly economy on the way out and business class on the way back than it is to book a standard round trip in economy. It's a pricing quirk, a glitch in the system, and you should always check for it.
Remember those cheap hubs we found in Step 1? Well, this is where they become incredibly powerful. Long-haul business class fares that start from hubs like Istanbul, Milan, or Bucharest can be dramatically cheaper than the same flight starting from, say, London or New York. The strategy is simple. You book a cheap budget flight to get to the hub, and then you start your luxurious long-haul journey from there. And we are not talking about small savings here. By just positioning yourself at the right starting point, you can easily save over 1,000 euros on a single ticket. I mean, this one hack alone can be the difference between just dreaming of flying business class and actually doing it. So what about airline miles? Most people burn them booking an entire economy ticket, which is honestly often the lowest value you can possibly get. The single best use for your miles is almost always for upgrades. The value you get from upgrading a cash ticket with miles is just significantly higher. And here is one final tip for you.
In that 24 to 72-hour window before your flight, during online check-in or at the airport kiosk, airlines often offer these last-minute paid upgrades to fill any unsold premium seats. These cash offers can be a fantastic deal, sometimes as low as a few €100 for a long-haul flatbed seat. You should always check.
I know, we've covered a lot. So, let's put it all together into a simple 10-minute routine that you can use every single time you need to book a flight. Here it is, your new checklist. 1. Use that everywhere search to find your hubs. 2. Test splitting the ticket. 3. Do a quick geo-price check in another country. 4. Look for a hidden stopover opportunity using a tool like SkipLagged. And finally, 5. Track your favorite option on Google Flights and then book smart, paying in the local currency. That's the game plan.
You now have the tools. You have the strategies to beat the system. The game is no longer random. You have the rules. So the only question left really is, where is this new knowledge going to take you next?